Welcome to another episode of Off the Charts. You see us in a new studio. A lot of things have changed recently. I don't even know the episode number we are at the moment.
I think we're probably at like 15, something between 15 to 17. If
My
I had to
AI
estimate.
agent has a few notes on the podcast. As per the AI agent, it should be 15th episode and it should have gone live on 12th of June.
12th of June, okay.
And it's
16th,
18th of
17th.
June. Then how the hell? Or maybe it keeps on
Oh.
continuing the job.
Yeah, if you check the logs, we probably have like
Okay, so
5
the
weeks.
last podcast, 8th of May. Yeah, so we haven't made a podcast in more than
Yeah.
6 weeks. But yeah, let's get at it. So a lot of things have changed recently. We are in a new studio at the moment. This is the studio it's a trading floor of YouFunded. So YouFunded is kind of a firm, not the online prop firms that you see, not like Challenges, but we won't talk about that much in detail. But yeah, I just met those guys and they were like, we have a studio, why not record the podcast? And we haven't been recording Off the Charts podcast. So we were like, might as well do it.
Yeah.
So how was the past 6 weeks?
It's been an interesting 6 weeks. I feel like a lot has happened, and we'd have to like sort of rewind back time to like even think about all that has happened. I think the most recent thing, at least market related, that I can think of that was like recent was the SpaceX IPO, and
Yeah.
of course we have to talk about that. I think we'll get to that. in
And
a
the
bit.
war is over.
Yeah, the war finally.
Apparently, as per Trump, last week he officially said the war is over. This week itself.
I believe yesterday night they signed the final agreement with Iran. So the MOU.
And the last week he said that the war is back on. But I don't felt any difference in Dubai. It was the same thing except the GPS stopped working again.
Again?
But yeah, last week it wasn't working.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
now
the
it's
Business
working.
Bay area.
So yeah, everything I think for good, it's settled now. I hope so. And they signed an agreement or something. But I think it's going good. And yeah, so continue.
Yeah,
SpaceX
so
IPO.
SpaceX IPO obviously happened more recently. There's just been the markets have continued rallying pretty hard. I feel like there's been a lot of action in the markets. I wouldn't say that we've not had a good market because I think we've had a pretty decent market last month and a half, since April basically. And yeah, I was traveling. My wife had a holiday basically from work. I think it was the Eid break in the Middle East, and she had a week off. So we went to New York for a week. Got to meet the bull on Wall Street. It was a good break. I think it was a well-needed break.
Did you actually go to Wall Street?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw the New York Stock Exchange.
And you took like pictures or shit?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
great pictures. But we got some pictures. It was cute. It's nothing that you can't honestly AI fix these days, which is quite sad. Honestly, it's a sad reality that we
I was
live in.
also in New York. I also have a picture.
Yeah.
Gemini generated.
Wow.
Nano banana.
Yeah. What else has happened? I think VEXA has made a lot of progress, and we are extremely close to launch now.
But tell the viewers, why did we take a 6 weeks long hiatus? And we might not continue doing this every week.
Yeah. So
I'm just being honest with you.
I think there wasn't. I wouldn't say there's a reason we took the 6 week hiatus. I feel like we did like I think 15 episodes, right? 14 episodes up to the current one. And honestly, the reason we're still doing it and we're doing it this time as well is just because it was kind of fun. It was really enjoyable to just chat shit about the markets and about life and discuss things. But I guess on some standpoint, we weren't seeing the risk to reward sort of make sense because we were putting a lot of time into over the weekends into like recording, editing on your side and sort of putting out the content. But
It was still like in total, I would say, going to the podcast studio, recording, getting the files, say 2.5 hours. And then editing for me is another, say, an hour. So it was like 3 to 4 hours of work. But again, over the weekend, you actually feel like you need a bit of rest.
yeah.
And especially the month of May was really shit for me, trading wise and mentally wise as well. I was dealing with some like personal stuff. I posted a post about that. On my Instagram. It actually had a lot of views as well. So I posted this. You guys can go on my Instagram and just go through it. So I'm going to quickly read it. And that's why I was like, okay, in May, I was like not feeling my best. Been struggling mentally for a while now, suppressing the grief of losing my mom and dad within a span of 4 days back in 2024. Got up to me. I thought I had moved past it, but apparently not. I'm going to post a screenshot. It's better to post a screenshot of the post. Been on social media for a month now, but it will return when I feel ready. I'm doing good now. Genuinely, I took the time to deal with my issues of rushing back. Instead of rushing back like last time, it's been 2 years and I needed to do it right. Thank you for all the comments, DMs, etc. on IG and my recent YouTube video. I'll be back properly when I'm ready. For now, there's a bit of life lately, the gym, and then I just posted a few pictures.
Honestly,
But
and when I saw this post, I didn't know
my
you.
speed.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
You were like
you don't have to
post.
play this in like 2x or 4x. It's only 2x.
But yeah, I was saying like when you made this post, like I didn't know you were going to post it essentially, and I was like I knew obviously because you told me in the past, but more than anything, I think I was just really proud of you because, and I told you at this other time as well, but like just reading your post.
This was on Instagram, so I first posted a YouTube video
Yeah,
as well.
sorry,
So that actually got a lot of views.
Watching the YouTube video, I actually started tearing up because like I felt very deeply like for you in that situation, and I was like, I don't know, I was just really proud that you finally took that step to.
Yeah, so that week was a really shitty week for me. Trading wise, I don't think so. My size was really small, but I was just feeling my worst that week, and I was like, I have to post it. I have to post a video about it because I remember that I started posting on YouTube just to share my journey. I was not making money from trading when I started posting on YouTube. So a lot of influencers, they start posting because they want to make money from social media. I started posting because I just wanted to share my journey. And if you don't know, I have told you this, that even 20 years ago, 15 years ago, when I was like a lot into fitness and gym and shit, I recorded a few videos like how to cook macro-friendly chicken on my YouTube. It's unlisted at the
20 years
moment.
ago, you were into the gym.
15 years ago. Yeah, 15 years ago. This was, I think I posted that video before Australia. That was most likely in 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, so 12 years ago.
I don't know if you know
13
this
years
about
ago.
me either. When I was in high school, I had a YouTube channel. Did I tell you this?
Everyone has a YouTube channel.
No,
but
no.
Did you post anything? on it?
We had like 30, 40 videos.
On what?
On video graphics. We used to do editing. We used to make games, game design.
Editing. Okay.
I
game
did
design, VEXA.
reviews. I did a Windows 8 review video when Windows 8 came out. I can't even remember honestly. But yeah, I had a full-fledged YouTube channel back in the day.
So I had like
Please
two
don't try and
videos.
find it.
Yeah, I had two videos on my YouTube channel. One was my transformation because back then I lost like a lot of weight from 95 kgs to like 70 kgs. I had a transformation video of my pictures and everything, how I lost the weight. And the second video was how to cook macro-friendly chicken. That actually had a lot of views. It had like 10 or 15K views for a new channel. It was pretty nice. Then when I stopped posting, I was like, okay, I'm not like a bodybuilder. I'm not like into fitness. So I stopped posting. So this just shows the fact, it proves the fact that I just wanted to share my journey. So when I was losing weight into fitness, I wanted to share my journey online. So some people just have this ick to share the journey. I don't think so you have it.
I don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't want to share my journey per se. Like my YouTube channel was not about sharing my journey.
And then when you started also posting, when you started trading, you had the trading page on Instagram.
Yeah,
you posted there for like a while and then you stopped.
like I wanted to do it, but it just wasn't coming from within. Like it was another person.
For me, it comes from like within, and that's why I just wanted to share my journey. That's how I started posting, and then this was a big aspect of my life. So I lost my mom and dad back in 2024 July. It's almost July now, so it's been 2 years. And I never shared about that. Yes, I mentioned here and there on my Instagram. So a few other people who know about this, they actually mentioned that you should make a video on that. Once you get past it, you should make a video on that. And I think I just never made a video because I never got past it.
Yeah.
And then this time around, it's not like I want to get past it and then make a video. If I don't make a video, I won't get past it.
Yeah.
So it was the other way around. And then that night I was feeling like really shit. I don't know what happened. I watched that video from Christian Guzman. And he had a video with high potential, like he has an Instagram channel. You can watch that video. Not like Christian Guzman. There was a podcast with him. I think that Chris Williamson. So I mentioned that in my YouTube video. So if you guys watch my YouTube video, how losing my parents changed me, something like that, I explained that in detail. And that guy was like, he lost his dad, I think, in January 2025. And he was okay, like talking about it. And for me, it was very difficult. And he was like, unless you talk about it and unless you can't talk about it without crying and you are just keeping it within, that just means that you haven't moved past it. So I think that was a step in the right direction. I feel much better now. Honestly, I feel better than I have had.
But it's almost
in
like
the
a weight
past
is
2
lifted
years.
off your chest. Like it's almost because you were essentially holding that within you for a very long time.
Not even holding it. It's like just taking time to myself. Like that video was not the switch that changed everything for me. That video, even after that video, I was off like social media for 2-3 weeks. So overall, I was off for a month. And it's overall my life, what I'm doing to work on it. I have been getting into meditation again a lot, working like my fitness. If I show you guys my Whoop and everything, like my resting heart rate keeps on going down. It has dropped. Like if you think about the resting heart rate, my resting heart rate, I'm going to show you the exact numbers. Not show you, I'm going to tell you the exact numbers because I'm not lying to you. My resting heart rate, if I go on monthly, has dropped from 59 in March to at the moment average is 53, 54 in June, which is like 5 beats per minute, which is a lot. And my HRV has increased from like 40s to higher 70s now. This morning it was 77. And if I go on 6 month, so March, April, May, 50, 50, and now it's like 68, which is insane.
Damn.
So I can feel the difference in my body, and actually, like, I like to track my metrics. I'm just like a nerd when it comes to that. And I can see the difference, how I feel, how I behave, how I am at home, how I am trading. Trading is again doing well. How I am with my family, how I am with my friends. So I just had to take a bit of a time off for myself and then focus back. So yeah, that is a brief or maybe detailed overview of what happened with me in the past 6 weeks. Overall, a lot of things happened in the market. SpaceX IPO, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
And one more thing we wanted to talk about that was really tricky in this market, but we're going to get to that. But SpaceX IPO, it was 135 was the low of that candle. I don't think so anyone got filled on
No,
that
I
day.
think there were probably some iceberg orders that probably got filled like through the.
But I think it has to do it, right? If the IPO price is 135, it was supposed to be 135.
think
The
so.
low of that candle is 135.
I think I've seen IPOs that just open like 100% above their IPO price, and they don't actually have a wick showing.
So it just shows the orders maybe that got filled before the IPO.
Maybe there was some sort of like, obviously, like the big guys can sort of route their orders
Yeah.
via other exchanges essentially. So they probably might have gotten some fills. I don't know. But yeah, that was the low, and it continues to be the low.
So I bought shares. I was like, because the options were not even available. So obviously you had to trade shares for the first 2 days, Friday and Monday. Then Tuesday, the options loaded up. But again, we have monthly expiry. So today is the last day we can trade SpaceX maybe.
I think they probably release weeklies by next week. It's
Yeah.
very likely,
So
because the
I
volume
checked-
the volume on SpaceX options. I saw this post. I think 500,000 options contracts were traded on the first day of options being released on SpaceX.
Yeah, that's why. Like,
which
it's
is
a lot of
insane.
commissions for the funds and the underwriters, a lot of commissions. But as of now, I checked yesterday, we don't have the weekly expiry.
I'm pretty sure they'll. I feel like they'll probably do it over the weekend, and by next week we'll probably have weeklies.
Yeah, hopefully we do, because the price action was good on that stock, especially yesterday. I think the drop was really good.
Yeah.
Because the first 2 days, the first one day actually on Tuesday, the option premiums were very weird. Even if you caught a push towards the upside, I saw the premiums were like at $16. You were trading on the voice chat, right?
Yeah.
With the Discord group. You catch like a $15 move, and the premiums moved from $17 to $19,
Yeah.
which was not worth it. The
think
IV was dropping.
The
I
thing
think.
is, yeah, it's still a very high IV environment for SpaceX at the moment. So even let's say hypothetically you've entered a long put position at 200, and you get a drop to 195 on the pullback from 195 to 197, you're probably going to go back to break even though you entered $3 above that level. So the IV gets crushed pretty heavily on pullbacks. Probably will settle down in a couple of weeks. I was gonna say days, but I probably think it's gonna be a couple weeks of volatility on the stock.
I feel like the first day price action was not really good. Majority of the push happened within the first 10-15 minutes. After that, it consolidated. The following day, that was on Monday, I think it consolidated and then moved in the
Later day,
afternoon. Yeah. And then Tuesday, I don't know what happened on Tuesday. Tuesday we closed like a doji. Wednesday we had a nice sell-off. So yesterday we had a decent drop. Today is Thursday, which is tomorrow the market is actually closed. Juneteenth. So Friday the market is
What
off.
is Juneteenth?
No idea.
Happy Juneteenth.
Yeah, whatever that is, Juneteenth. It's, I don't know. I don't want to say anything,
Yeah.
but yeah, it sounds a bit weird. Juneteenth. But June 19th is
19th
always
of
like
June,
Juneteenth,
yeah.
because 24th June is my birthday. So happy birthday to me. And yeah, so it's next week. I don't even know my birthday. It's 18th, right? 18 plus
Wednesday, I think.
Wednesday or Tuesday next week. Anywho, like, I don't care, because in Dubai you can't do anything in June.
Yeah, I mean you can't go out.
Yeah, it's very hot, so we don't do. I personally don't like to do anything on my birthday. If I was like in any other country, we might actually go out or something. Last year we actually went to that poolside something. I don't remember.
Yeah, on the Palm.
Yeah, on the Palm. I don't know the name.
I forget the name.
Aura
Sky
Sky
Pool?
Pool, Aura View Sky Pool.
Yeah,
I
something
think.
like that.
Yeah. That was actually fun. This year, obviously, we won't do that. But again, I don't feel like going out. It's actually really hot in Dubai at the moment. But yeah, so SpaceX IPO, it had a nice drop yesterday. So, I mean, it's worth watching. It's good for trading, but you have to be really careful with that, because especially with options, if you're stuck in a consolidation, you're going to keep losing money.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're going to keep losing
I
money.
feel it's good for like momentum sort of scalping at the moment, but it's hard to like trust any direction because there's not much technicals on it, and the fundamentals don't make sense, realistically speaking.
Yeah.
It's just, as much as I hate to
So
say
let's
it,
get into the detail of this. Fundamental doesn't make sense. So at the moment, I'm going to talk about the approximate values, because I don't know the exact values. So don't post in the comments, oh, it's not 75 billion, it's 80 billion, 82 billion. I don't care. I'm just giving you examples.
Yeah.
So the IPO was like only, I think 75 billion of the shares are publicly tradable at the moment. And most of it before the IPO were occupied by the hedge funds or the funds, something like that. And what I saw online, rough numbers again, examples, only $20 billion worth of shares are publicly retail traders to be tradable. So I don't know what happened. It might have changed in the past 3-4 days, maybe 75 billion, but maximum it was like 75 billion shares. But now, if you buy those 75 billion shares and the value of those 75 billion shares goes to 100 billion, that means that is an inflow of 25 billion on the stock. But that is still a lot because that is 30% of the market cap. 30% of the stock. So Elon's net worth is increasing in billions and billions and hundreds of billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Whereas you can buy, like, for example, if it's 75 billion, you buy $7.5 billion worth of stock. That ends up being 82.5 billion, 10%. But his net worth
goes up significantly.
The market cap of SpaceX goes from 1.7 trillion to 1.87 trillion, 10%.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense. Make it make sense to me.
Yeah, the math doesn't math in this situation.
The math ain't nothing.
Especially because we've just IPO'd and we have a 6-month lockup essentially for most of the insiders essentially. And right now, I guess the only thing that's holding the stock up is hype. Because again, the fundamentals, while there is a lot of potential outlook in the future, long term, I feel like once those shares unload, we will probably have to wait for the price to consolidate into an area.
The one thing that happened, that SpaceX made the job of the CNBC reporters really easy.
Yeah.
Every day.
Headline every day.
Every day the headline is Elon Musk net worth is $1.3 trillion. Believe me, we are going to have this big red bar on Tesla and SpaceX now, any day now. And Elon is going to lose maybe $300 billion in net worth in one day. And CNBC is going to be like, Elon Musk lost GDP of one country in one day. He did not make or lose his net worth, but that's what people say. On paper, it's $1.3 trillion. But if he ends up selling everything, first of all, he's going to cause the recession now. That's freaking insane. One guy can actually cause a recession.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's actually going to sell. I feel like...
but he has the power to do it.
He does. More than Elon selling, I feel like most of the insiders and all the people who basically got in before pre-IPO, they're going to want to unload some of their shares. So that's going to be even a lot more pressure than probably Elon will do because it's actually Elon's company. He's probably not going to sell. But once these, like I think we have some of the lockups opening 1 month, 3 months, 6 months.
That's what he said. Like he doesn't want to share because I think he said that he made the same mistake with Tesla, losing the power a bit. With SpaceX, he wants to keep it under his umbrella.
Yeah.
Like he wants all the voting rights and everything.
Yeah.
So that's why he was like, he's not going to sell a lot of shares of SpaceX. But it's insane. Like you can buy 10% of the stock, which is $7.5 billion, and his net worth goes up by 10%. I mean, the SpaceX market cap goes up by 10%, which is 10% is $170 billion.
It's just a number. So
that's what people say. Like if he starts selling, it won't end up being 1.3 trillion. It won't even end up being 800 billion. It won't even end up being 700 billion.
Yeah.
So it's on paper, his net worth is that much, but he can't sell that anyways. But I don't think so. He cares about that. Because I was actually having a chat with my wife. It's a completely different tangent about MrBeast.
Okay.
So I was watching his video yesterday, and then my wife, we were having a conversation. Then I told her that MrBeast is one of the hardest worker in the room, like on YouTube. And he made a video with that guy, Jesse James West. You know him?
Yeah.
So yeah, his morning routine.
Yeah.
He has a small room in his own recording studio, which is basically a warehouse, which they keep changing to record videos. He has a small room. And then they record at night usually because the lighting can be consistent. So he sleeps around 4 a.m., 5 a.m., something like that, wakes up at 1 or 2 p.m., brushes his teeth, gets ready, goes out and records a video.
Yeah.
And his net worth apparently is more than $1 billion. But I don't think so he cares.
Yeah, I mean, the thing
doesn't
is that
care.
most of these actual billionaires, their net worth is not liquid. It's tied up in their companies, which is totally fair. Like you don't need $1 billion liquid. Like there's nothing you can do with it. You can't do it like...
He keeps
10 million.
reinvesting the money back in the business. He likes building multiple business. And at the moment, it's not like he's having fun, but like he's just having fun doing what he does, basically. And that's how you make money. Like as a trader, if you don't enjoy trading, you won't spend a lot of time on it. You will just think about how much money you're making or losing, and you won't end up doing good. So that's why I feel like Elon Musk doesn't care about his net worth, but it's mostly about the headlines on the news channels.
After Tesla, he probably doesn't care anyways because he's already the richest person in the world.
And if you actually open his X, he reposts like a few videos and few posts from other people. And most of the posts is like he's creating jobs. His net worth is like he also made 4,000 more millionaires because of the employees, those who own the SpaceX shares. Yeah. So that's what he mentions, and I think that's what he cares about, doing good for humanity. And I think, it's...
Funnily enough, like initially when Tesla launched and he sort of declared the vision for Tesla and he kept having these like new ideas. Like there was a lot of hype for Elon per se, and I also like sort of believed in the guy. And then when the Tesla hype sort of died down and he also stopped being more vocal about his ideas, I also stopped like looking at him in that way, where it was like, oh, like this guy's a visionary. But again, because SpaceX has come up all over again, and again Elon's beginning to talk about the goals he has for SpaceX, I can see why the hype is there behind Elon, because he has these grand ideas and he does make them happen. So on some level, I get the hype, like the SpaceX hype, it makes sense. It just fundamentally, it's hard to like agree and like go with that valuation.
Yeah, makes sense. Let's now talk about what happened with Claude.
Yeah, Fable 5.
Mythos, yeah, the Mythos and
Oh my
Fable
God.
5. It was tricky situation, and then I'm going to tell you what happened. Like we were talking about this in the car as well. But yeah, we both were using Fable intensely for VEXA and other stuff as well. Like for you guys know that I have an AI trading bot Flux, so I did an audit of Flux using Fable, found a lot of loopholes. I was fixing it, and we were running out of usage like crazy.
I mean, this model just eats your limits.
Yeah.
And
But it was doing a good job.
Yeah.
It was doing a really good job. And then we all miss it. And overnight, I was like, we were about to hit the limit. And I was like, I'm going to get a new account. I woke up in the morning and my limit reset. I was like, that's amazing, because Claude usually does it. Like sometimes if something like an issue happens or
Yeah.
something, they reset the limits. I was like, they reset the limit. So I can get another account. We can have 3 or 4 accounts, but still the limit is reset. I'm going to
Yeah.
keep using it. And then I saw a post that the Fable 5 was actually removed because of Trump. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I feel terrible. But the thing is, behind the scenes, apparently even Anthropic is not allowed to use Fable 5 anymore, which I don't believe they're actually following. There's no way they would do that. I think the scarier, and this is sort of not related to Fable 5, but the scarier
How
part.
can they control like a company not using their own model, which is so stupid?
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I feel like Fable 5 was specifically made. This is not Mythos. Like it's a Mythos class model, but it's not Mythos. And Fable 5 was created with those sort of safeguards made in place for a reason. And I fully agree with those reasons. The only thing is, I hope that it's a genuine reason that the Trump administration has pulled it down, because if it was just out of fear from like, I don't know, competition not being able to catch up or something like that, or something political in nature, then that would be a disservice to humanity, because Fable 5 was honestly like, I think edging closer to like AGI, and like the potential capabilities of Fable 5 was truly mind-blowing, because you could one-shot prompt like huge systems, huge ecosystems essentially, and have a pretty decent working product right off the bat.
Yeah.
I hate it even more. I hate the fact even more that they launched it for 2 days and then snatched it away from us. And I feel like a lot of AI coders like related this a lot, where you should just not given it to us, because now we can't go back to Opus, and it just feels like a lot Dumbo.
But also, do you think that once they're going to release it again, hopefully soon,
Yeah.
they're going to remove that barrier of 22nd June just to keep the customers happy?
Yeah.
Like earlier, I think they released it on 12th of June. Like it was like for 10 days,
Mhm.
basically. So now if they release it again, say on 25th of June,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be there. They're going to give us like a month, or maybe they will be like, keep using it.
You'd hope so. Like I think they probably have a good idea from the 2 days that it was launched of how much power it was taking on the back end. And of course, it's not a full conclusive test, because when a new model launches, there is huge overload from demand, and especially with Fable 5 being that powerful of a model, they probably had a huge influx of like ChatGPT users or Codex users or Gemini users.
Yeah, a lot of people
Probably
actually
switched
bought
over.
the subscription
Yeah.
because of Fable, and then
And I
that
can
thing
see why.
happened.
Like, so it's a disservice to Anthropic as well. I think I read recently that Anthropic's after the launch of Fable 5, their valuation went from 935 billion to something like 1.7 trillion as well, or something. Or like, I think it was probably like fake news, but I can see it happening. Because this is like real, like in real time, we're seeing the value that it's bringing to people's lives.
Yeah, because OpenAI, I think they need to get some nice competition in, because GPT 5.5 we have at the moment, which was comparable to Opus 4.7. They
4.8.
both had their pros and cons. 4.7 came out with GPT 5.5.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. 4.8 was like a recent release. They released it like 2 weeks ago or something.
Opus 4.7.
4.8. 4.8. 4.8 was released like 2 weeks ago. 2 or
Okay.
2.5 weeks ago. Before that, 4.7, Claude released Opus 4.7, GPT 5.5. They both were comparable. 4.8 was better. So that automatically means it's better than GPT 5.5. In most cases, again, GPT also has their own pros and cons. But then after that, Fable, I don't know what OpenAI is doing. But yeah, I actually watched a few videos of Dario, his name is
Amodai.
Dario
Amodai.
Amodai, yeah. And he and his sister, they both are kind of managing the company at the moment, and they have like co-founders and shit. But it's insane. It's insane what Fable could do. Found a lot of loopholes in Flux. Like, so if you want to create an AI bot, honestly, with I created my bot with like Opus 4.5 or 4.4, something like that. But with Fable, you can one shot it. You can just tell
Yeah.
it, do this, a huge ass prompt. You need to know how to engineer the prompt as well, and you will have a working model ready by the end of it. Like, just set a goal overnight, wake up in the morning, you should have a working model with the help of Fable.
So I think this might be getting a bit technical, but the one of the founders of Anthropic, Boris Cherny,
Yeah.
so he's described the best way to use Fable 5 as using loops, agentic loops. I personally haven't tested that out yet. I don't exactly know how it works, but apparently that's the best way to use Fable 5 and AI models in general, and that's how they've been using it on their
Loops.
own. Loops. So
But loops is basically it repeats the task in like every 10, 15
yeah. So
minutes.
if you remember, almost 6, 7, 8 months ago, I can't remember the actual skill that it was. It was basically like there's a Simpsons character that it's named after.
Routines, no. But
No.
loops is basically like cron jobs, right?
Sort of, but basically it's like you set a task and you give it like a detailed target that it needs to achieve, and it does one run and then it finishes it. It evaluates whether that all the success criteria are met. If not, it loops it back, starts from the beginning, and then it builds it like it builds over the first iteration,
Okay.
and it keeps going until the success target is
And
met.
how do you use
Third.
it?
That's it. So it's a / loop. You set the target. You give
So
it.
can't you use it with like 4.8 as well?
You can.
Do you use it?
I don't use it. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying. Like
So
I didn't know.
why don't
it was,
we use it?
Sorry.
Why don't we use it?
I don't know. We should probably use it. I use / goal at the moment, but
Yeah, same.
Boris
I use
came out
goal.
and said that loops is the best way to sort of get shit done.
Okay. I can try it.
Yeah.
So we both have our personal apps now. We should not talk about that in this video.
Totally separate side project.
Yeah. But let's talk about a bit about VEXA, how VEXA is coming together.
It's coming along beautifully. I think I've spent we've been on hiatus for the last 6 weeks, but I think I spent the last 6 months, barring one feature update, I think I spent the most time sort of working on the back end and preparing for the launch. In the meantime, Jazz jumped on board and he's honestly working on making VEXA the best user experience possible. A lot of work has been done on the web app, primarily the web app and the iPad app. Generally speaking, iOS as well. But the
iOS
thing-
was at a really good stage already, I would say.
It was, but I feel like you've optimized the speed and the performance of the apps as well.
Should I start like a bit of screen recording and
Yeah, why
show
not?
at the moment? Like this is just raw in front of you. So screen recording is starting. So I'm going to open VEXA. And yeah, so you can see my confidence, discipline, and intuition scores. And I can go on journal. Yesterday's trades I haven't uploaded yet because Lightspeed there's a bit of delay with Lightspeed. They upload the trades this afternoon in the next, like it should be uploaded. So I can upload the trades. But let's go to Tuesday and see Tuesday my VEXA scores 78, 80, 76, 78. $1,700, but now I can go on trades. I had first 2 losses and then 2 winners. I can open Tesla, and then on the phone itself, I can scroll down and you can see the 1 minute and the 5 minute chart. Maybe a bit of internet lag, loading chart. It's taking a while. Okay. So now you can see the entries and exits. The first load is always a bit slower because it's cold start. But you can see like Tesla entries and exits on the chart. I can see where I entered, where I exited. So if I hold a trade for more than 30 minutes, I would say it's going to automatically switch to. You can tag your trades. For example, this was a breakout trade and this was not over trading. This was a confident and not anxious and calm trade. So I can tag these
Basically,
trades.
the trade analysis page is bringing like the ability for you to like journal your trades on your devices finally. And yeah, like, I mean, on top of everything else that you can do with VEXA, I feel like that was one gap that just has been missing for too long. The ability to access your trading data, your journaling data on the move. Let's say you don't have your setup in front of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the performance overall of the apps, it feels a lot more friendly to use.
Yeah.
I think the biggest gripe I had with all my trading journals was just that I didn't feel like using it because there were always like bugs or it was slow. And yeah,
So I'm just have the screen recording on yet. So on Sentinel feature, you can turn all the Sentinel feature. You can see the heart rate. So my heart rate spiked when I was in the Tesla position, and then I added to that position as well. So yeah, you can see your VEXA scores, and you can have a chat with VEXA, use your confidence, discipline, intuition. I can have a chat with VEXA, which I won't do. I actually posted a reel about that on my Instagram as well. So yeah, the iOS app was actually at a really good stage already. And now I can actually go in my profile as well and set up, like, you can link your Apple account, Google accounts, emails. So it's like an ecosystem. It's a first trading coach, trading AI app, and trading journal app. That is kind of an ecosystem. We have the Apple Watch app, and then the iPad app, honestly, was not really good. So I personally like using iPad a lot for journaling, and that's why when he was in New York, my plan was to get on board and work on the iPad app, but I was going through my own shit back then, so I took a break as well. He took a break, I also took a break. And then when he came back, I was like, I want to work on the iPad app. So I took over the iPad app, and now iPad app is actually the best out of all.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Like the journal, we are just making good use of the iPad screen. Everything like floating. The portrait mode is a different floating window. The landscape mode, it switches nicely. Like, I love journaling on the iPad now. I used to love journal on the iPad when I had like Apple Notes, you can draw and everything. Use your iPad. That is really nice. Like, it's small and portable. But now the iPad app makes it 10 times better. Yes. I feel like it's really good.
So I think the key thing here is just that you can have like all the features in the world, but if it's not like usable, like the functionality might be great, but it needs to be usable at the same time. So I think VEXA has reached a stage where I think we're like proud of the setup we have on all our platforms, and it's optimized, it's quick, it's snappy. It gives you the right sort of information, the information you need to know, and filling gaps, that blind sites that you might not have seen in your own trading data. Yeah, I just feel like it's really come together.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, so that's why I think it's at a really good stage. The web app is optimized, iPad app is optimized, iOS is optimized, Android, you're looking after it. So I hope that is also optimized. But apart from that, I think, and also like, I feel like Android, how is it coming together?
I mean, it's very similar to the iOS situation at the moment.
I haven't used the Android app.
Yeah, it's good. I wouldn't say it's as good as iOS, of course. I feel like the iOS...
But that's the story for all the other apps.
Yeah, I think that's more the reason that it might not be the same level of like perfection as iOS, because I feel like Apple has that ecosystem allowing developers to build in a very clean manner.
Yeah.
With Android, it's almost like you have to like find loopholes to make things happen. It's in a good stage, but I feel like no matter what you do, the Android app will never match up to the iOS
That's
app.
why
But
the Instagram app as well, all the other apps. Instagram, they released a new update. It's more optimized for the iPhone. They have the liquid glass and shit.
Yeah.
But again, people still say that even after these many years, people still say that a lot of people buy iPhone, especially creators, because the snaps and the stories that you take on Android devices, they are not as good as the iPhone and iOS. I think it's just the optimization. Apple does a really good job with that.
Honestly, with iOS 27, like I feel like they've come back to life a little bit with they were quite behind in the AI race when it came to like their own devices. They didn't have to create their own model. They didn't have to do any of that because that's not their business proposition anyways. But they were lagging behind from Android. Like Android had all these AI features integrated with Gemini on their systems already.
So we can talk about that I actually thought that Apple is just going to incorporate Gemini and use Siri like it's going to be Gemini backend. Yeah. But as per the keynote and what people are saying, the developers are saying, those who are actually invited, because if you watch a few videos after what we see online, they have their own conference, right? Yeah. So Apple has a conference with the developers, those who are actually there. So people ask them, like, is it Gemini? It was like, no, we learned from Gemini, but it's Apple foundation model. Together with Gemini, it runs on device. So it's basically Siri is a combination, like they learned from Gemini. That's what they said. They learned from Gemini, but basically the privacy, everything is Apple standard. So Siri is basically Siri.
So it's probably like... you know how Google has their local models that are
Gemma
open source,
and shit,
Gemma, yeah. So it might be some state of that incorporated into the Siri ecosystem and also kept local
and it's,
on device.
And I think the first reviews are actually really good.
It's
People
really
are saying
good.
It's very snappy.
Considering it's all kept on device, and for the amount of things it can do, maybe it's more focused and like specialized. It doesn't do everything like...
But that has been the Apple thing always.
Yeah, but it does what it does well, I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, at least that's what we're seeing from the videos. We don't have iOS 27 just yet. It's not released.
It's out for developer beta. You should install it.
To be fair, when Apple Intelligence was announced what, 2024, 25?
Yeah, iPhone 16. Yeah, last year.
Yeah. It looked good on paper, but then when it actually came out, it was nothing.
It was 2024 developer conference.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
let's
so
hope this one's
25, now we're in
different.
26.
They have a lot of promise, and I feel like
I think it's like the developer beta, even
developer
like people
beta,
who are using it, they are actually saying like the YouTube videos online, they're actually saying it's very snappy. It's
Yeah.
really good. And a lot of people are saying it's better than the Android Gemini version.
Yeah.
Because it's just snappier. It fits into the ecosystem much better. Similar to what Apple does. Apple is always late to the party, but when they do it right.
yeah,
So hopefully this is the right step in the right direction.
we'll find out.
Yeah, we will find out. What
Yeah,
else should we talk about?
I think we should probably explore the markets with a little on the chart segment.
Yeah, let's do the on the chart segment. Should I start the screen recording?
Yeah.
Then we can go through the charts together
Yeah.
because you still use like Webull.
I started using TradingView, but it's fine. You do the screen recording. Your screen's
Okay.
bigger as well. And
Yeah, the screen recording has started. So what should we focus on? It's actually a Thursday. It's midweek. Usually, we
Midweek.
do it so we can actually discuss the stocks that
look
I
good for
don't know.
today.
But
No,
this
sorry,
podcast
it's
is
not
not
gonna
going
come
out today. But yeah, I don't think so. Anything crazy is going to happen. What happened after SPY? I don't even know. This is raw, guys. Like this is in front of you. This is raw. So I don't even know what happened yesterday after FOMC. So let's take a look on ES. What happened? I know like SPY dropped and you caught a nice push down. So can you explain your trade from yesterday? Actually, it's going to be a good example.
It was basically we had the opening range for the day.
When did you enter on SPY? Open the SPY
One sec.
chart.
I
on the
have
1
my
minute?
levels on ES. That's the issue. So I can
So,
open the SPY chart.
On the 1 minute.
um,
Because when I saw it, there was like a quick pullback and then it dropped like $5 more.
one sec. Yeah. Let me just open ES instead because I don't have levels
so
on SPY.
this is SPY. After FOMC,
Yeah.
2 p.m.
I'll try and open the same time on ES so I can tell you my trades.
But what I can see is that this 202 candle was a really good entry. 202 p.m.
Yeah.
It dropped at 2 p.m. Obviously, don't trade right at 2 p.m. because sometimes it's like insane wicks and you can lose 100% of your premiums.
Yeah.
Then 201 candle was a small green candle. Then 202 candle, was like, it's actually a good entry. You catch a move from 747 all the way down to 744, which is like a $3 move.
So I don't remember exactly, but I think I took the starter entry on the first push down. It was a smaller position. I think I took 10 contracts.
At 2 p.m.
Yeah, at 2 p.m.
Okay, that's nice.
I took about 10 contracts on the break of 75.70 on ES. I don't know.
75.70.
I don't know what the level is on SPY. It's basically around the wick of around the wick at 1:08 p.m.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
So around that level on SPY. I took a starter entry there and then I added to my position on the 201 candle.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. And yeah, I got the push down. It was a good setup. I feel it's still inherently extremely risky with FOMC.
Yeah.
But on the daily, we had the gap to fill.
And how much the premiums moved approximately?
60%.
On SPY?
I entered at 4.
Should be more than that, right?
I
Because
entered at
SPY moved
4.
like $4.
I entered at 4 and it went to 6.6 was my last exit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
And yeah, that was one trade. And then I think I took one trade on QQQ later after what's his name? Kevin Walsh?
Kevin Walsh, I don't know who that is.
The FOMC. chair.
Okay, the new one.
The new one.
How was the conference, bud? Like,
was good.
Did you actually hear it?
I did. I mean, I didn't focus on it too much. I just wanted to like see what his vibe was because we're just used to like
How was
Jerome
his
Powell.
vibe? Yeah.
I don't know. He seems like overly chill.
Okay.
But he seems like a decent guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I just took one QQQ scalp at close to end of day, like 340. So almost close to like market close.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it was just a low of his scalp.
Yeah.
Because we were holding that level. And again, we had the same gap to fill on QQQ as well. But yeah, that was just a nothing burger. It was a boring time pass trade.
So Tesla also dropped, but yeah, for today, I don't like anything. But today, this podcast won't affect that much. But I'm still recording the screen so that we can actually look at all the stocks and people can actually know what we focus on when we decide to trade.
Yeah.
So SpaceX, I don't know what to think about SpaceX anymore. What do you think about SpaceX? Downside, upside?
Honestly,
stake here?
it just depends on the price action. I wouldn't trust technicals on this one just yet. Like,
Yeah.
It really just depends.
Even the downside price action yesterday, like we had one good push down. After that, it was just like very tricky price action.
If I'm being totally honest, I feel like more averse to trading SpaceX because I feel like everyone's chasing the shiny object, and yes, there is opportunity there, but I'm missing the feeling of having an edge on SpaceX at the moment because I
Yeah.
don't know which way it's gonna go.
Yeah.
I don't see a technical setup on it.
Yeah.
So maybe on the hourly there's a nice little H
NVIDIA
pattern.
smack in the middle of the range from yesterday in the pre-market. Tesla is in the middle of the range.
Yeah.
Google also doesn't look good. MU is near the highs. MU can be nice. What do you think about MU?
Pulling it up right now.
The cam levels on MU. That's what I do, guys. Like I saw the daily chart. I liked it. If I don't like the daily chart, I don't even go on the intraday price action. That's what I do because I start with the higher time frames. Because sometimes when you focus on the intraday price action, I look at the pre-market action. I'm like, okay, this looks really nice, but then I'm missing out on the higher time frame. So I look at the intraday chart only if I like the higher time frame. So on MU, I like the daily chart.
I like MU.
Yeah, and we have R3 at 1100
pretty
basically.
much.
So it can be a decent play. So can focus on MU for the day. And if I like a stock, I'm going to just push it right at the top.
It's going to be 0 day to expiry on MU.
Can trade next week. Maybe 0 day. Yeah, let's see. AMD.
Expensive.
How does AMD look like?
Yo, Intel,
Gapping up.
10%.
News? Yeah. What the hell? Okay, it's
Above
at all-time
R6.
high. What's happening? It's at all-time high. Not even R6. It's at all-time high.
I think there's some news, but yeah, it's right. Okay, I really like Intel. I really like Intel.
But Intel is a shitty, like, it's a tricky stock to trade. I don't like
tricky.
it.
Like
I
it
don't
doesn't
like
move
it.
every day, but when it does move, it's nice.
Yeah, okay.
Look at
Intel.
the double top on the daily.
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. Like, I am not comfortable increasing my size on Intel. The VIX are insane on Intel.
I've had decent streak with Intel. Like I think
Maybe on 8th of May,
uh
because I can see that on the daily chart, the price action on 5th of May and 8th of May was really good. Apart from that, I think the price action is not that good.
yeah,
on
I mean,
Intel.
we're finally breaking out of the range, so I think that might be interesting.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put Intel. Yeah, so MU and Intel I have put at the top. Tesla, I don't know yet. SpaceX, I don't know yet. NVIDIA, I'm gonna pull it down. Google.
Sorry, again,
I'm
just for
gonna-
context, it's currently about 4.5 hours in the pre-market of
Yeah.
the US market open on Thursday.
Yeah, the pre-market just opened an hour ago.
Just so like people
Yeah.
know like what we're looking at, what time.
AMD, AMD pre-market high is near R3. I just like watching AMD. I watch it every day, to be honest. Because
Yeah,
AMD all of a sudden can
has
sometimes
momentum.
just start
Yeah.
moving.
It makes sense to watch it every day.
PLTR, I don't know, man. I love this stock for this week, but I don't know what's happening.
I don't think it's gonna go. It keeps
on
holding.
the daily, look at that on the daily.
It looks amazing, but
today might be the day?
it's still at 131. It's just hovering around the demand. So when it does break, I think it would be nice, but it's just not there yet.
Yeah. So
And when
I'm
it
just-
does break, we'll know it.
Yeah. So PLTR, I'm going to put it at the top, but it's going to be a side watch for me.
Yeah.
Because in the daily, it actually closed bearish yesterday. And in the pre-market as well, it's holding relatively weaker than the market. The market is gapping up.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, Microsoft, man, it just straight went down. Straight up, straight went down.
SMH is gapping up 3%.
Mm.
Do we have no?
Meta
okay,
and
so
Microsoft are dead. Both these stocks are dead.
the market filled the gap yesterday, basically post FOMC.
Yeah.
So I think on the market, generally speaking, break of FOMC range could be just interesting to watch for trend in the day.
Yeah. I'm just on Amazon. Yeah. Nothing else looks good.
Nothing else.
So I'm going to stop my screen recording. But yeah, that is pretty much the on the charts. It's pretty, I would say this week has been really slow. Even with FOMC, you caught a few good trades yesterday. But
I think
before that,
surprisingly enough, I got market moves, which I don't usually trade.
yeah. So you have traded SPY and QQQ
Twice.
these past 2
Twice.
days,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So he got like pretty good moves on SPY and QQQ. Personally, I have been staying away. So when SPY and QQQ are in between S3 and R3, I don't like to trade. And yesterday, I don't trade FOMC basically. So I did not catch those moves. But overall, I was in a really good trade in SPX, which I covered for like a small loss, and then I caught again. Overall, it was a break-even day for me, but it could have easily been like a nice day for me. But that is like again SpaceX for you, like you said.
Yeah, it's just
Confidence is a bit lacking. I tried to get filled on the shares as well. I got filled shares, but
Sure.
that was again a bad entry. You have to locate the shares. So Lightspeed was able to locate.
okay.
So I actually tried it for the very first time. I have tried locating for shorts for the very first time ever in my trading career. It's
But you
been
used to
7,
trade
8
shares
years.
before you started trading.
Yeah,
options.
but I never short located. I never used to trade shares like you actually need short locate. So on Lightspeed it was pretty quick. So there's a window, short locate, you type the symbol name and then you locate shorts like how many shares you want, 100, 200, 500. It was actually fun.
What's the availability like?
So I just clicked just like 100 was like by default. I clicked locate. It took a while locating your shares. Locating your shares took like 20, 30 seconds. And then it gave me options, like 3 or 4 options. It's like auction. This broker or whatever, you have this person, whatever, this
So it's
broker.
like fixed prices, like you can get
Yeah.
100 shares
You
short.
can get 100 shares for $1.2. You can get 100 shares for $0.1. You can get 100 shares for $1.5 from different providers. I don't know what the providers
So
are.
you're paying for those to hold
Yeah,
those.
so you pay like $0.11. If you pay
It's not
$1
bad.
for 100 shares, not that
Yeah.
bad. But I got the 0.111.
But what price are they giving it to you at? The current price.
So now you have shares to short then, and then when I short it, it's short. So,
Okay, so
you
those
could just
100 shares-
locate the shares.
and those shares are locked away for you.
Yeah, those
That's
shares are
pretty
locked
cool.
away from me, and then I tried to execute once. It gave me SSD, that is short selling disabled or
Yeah.
unable to locate. And then once I located the shares, I clicked short. It filled me. So it filled me the price I clicked short at. So it was pretty fun. It
Yeah.
was actually exciting to do it because then you had like multiple offers from different people. So you have to go through it. And then it says offer is valid for 30 seconds, 29, 28, 27.
Feels a
It
bit
keeps on
like,
going down.
One of those gambling games.
Slot machines.
IQ option.
Yeah, so there were multiple options. Like I was like, one provider was $1.2 for 100 shares. Second provider was $0.11. Third provider was $1.5. I was like, what's the difference? It's just the shares. I went for the cheapest one.
Mhm.
Why would I pay extra?
Yeah.
Like it's just to locate the shares. I don't care if the
The
shares are good quality or
exchange,
bad
the fill
quality.
timing, I don't know.
But the fill was pretty instant. The fill is still using Lightspeed. So
Yeah.
I don't know. The fill Lightspeed is actually really good. That's what I have realized. With Lightspeed, I had a few issues with options, which I emailed them about. Since then, no issues. It's the fills are lightning quick. But with shares, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
It's like you click, it's filled. Like blink, you don't even blink. Like click fill. Click
Yeah.
fill. And that's what I saw from Warrior Trading's video as well, because I watched his video when I was setting up my Lightspeed trading platform. He also mentioned that's the same. He actually had a Premiere Pro timeline, I told you as well, with like different brokers and their fill times. Lightspeed was instant. So I think with shares, they're the best. Not the best, I don't think so. I haven't tried a lot, but for me, it was like click fill, even short click fill,
Yeah.
Like I click, the order doesn't even stay in that active window even for 0.1 second.
disappears.
It's just like fill. You will get filled. If you click, you will get
Yeah.
filled. It's very instant.
There was one more thing I just remembered.
When are you moving to Lightspeed?
Soon, hopefully. Yeah. I think
The
within-
commissions, man.
Yeah, with
I can
within
check
maybe
like
this
this. I can give you a bit of FOMO. So I traded shares as well. So my volume is gonna be a bit wonky. So my volume is saying 3764. But also I traded like 400 shares of SpaceX once and then 100. And you can actually calculate 800 shares, say minus 1,000 volume from it without shares. So for 2,700 contracts, round off, I pay $330 in commissions.
I don't even want to check mine.
So basically I pay like $20 in commissions, 20 cents a commissions for a contract.
Yeah.
So if I pay 330, so 330 commissions, whatever the calculation is. So basically like it's very cheap. It's very cheap.
Yeah.
It's insane. With interactive brokers, it's like 3 times the amount.
Yeah.
So move to Lightspeed. It's just savings and the fills are actually really good. So I think because of me, I don't think they have a lot of options traders because I faced a few issues at first with the filling. I recorded my screens. So I sent them the screen recordings. They actually fixed it. So it was like, since then I haven't faced any issues. So it's actually really good.
Yeah. I think one more thing I just wanted to like bring up because I remembered about it when you were discussing brokers is that during my New York trip, I was actually trading from New York and like I was in a hotel and the hotel Wi-Fi was really shitty. I think I was getting like download upload of like 10 Mbps. But on my DAS, I mean, we were able to check like the ping, right? And I was getting a ping of, I think, 9 milliseconds because I'm literally right next to the exchange. And I didn't think I would actually feel the difference between the trading in Dubai and trading in New York. But it's crazy how I could actually feel the difference. Like I could feel the price action, like I could read the tape quicker.
Yeah, I know.
It's like that 0.3 of a second actually makes a difference.
Yeah, 0.2 seconds. It's just like, it's not even 0.2 seconds. I just feel like it's the smoothness of the data flowing.
Yeah.
I think it's not very crowded. The packets are not very crowded or cramped together. I don't know how it works. I'm not a network engineer, but it just feels like if the packages travel from or wider, like if the packages, a lot of packages get lost as well on your way. So the routing, how it works, as far as I know, I used to do networking for my job. I'm not like a network engineer, but if they lose the packets, your packet is again route from a different provider and then you get the packets, but there is still a bit of loss. But if you're just right to the exchange, the distance is lower physically speaking, so the packets are not lost a lot, and the latency also goes down.
So bottom line is we're moving to New York.
Yeah, so I'm actually planning next year maybe spend a few months in US. Let's see how it turns out.
Yeah.
Especially for my dog, I just want my dog to not feel the heat in Dubai the summer months, because it's very difficult, man. She can't go out, she can't do anything.
Yeah.
Saying that, I think we are done.
It's time to
It's
wrap
been an
up.
hour. It
Yeah.
was pretty chill podcast. Yeah. So yeah, let us know what do you think about the studio, because then we can badger these guys to give us the studio we won't be recording every week, most likely every week. Let's see if the comments say that you should record this podcast every week, we might record it every week. So saying that, thanks for tuning in. Any last words?
See you soon. Won't commit to a weekly thing, but like we enjoy doing it. So you'll probably see us soon.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys in the next one, whenever that is.